Hey guys, I'm Alan Kavorkov from BeTheClaw.com. Thank you for joining me. I realize it's been a long time, but my wife and I had a baby, so things have been a little hectic for me. But I'm still here, and I still want to share my claw machine related thoughts with you. This episode is going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to be playing my machine. I'm not going to be playing a machine somewhere else. But I want to talk to you about virtual claw machine games. Many of you have a huge collection of plush. You may have it in your basement, in your bedroom, in your garage, wherever. And you keep playing. Why? I think that's because you enjoy playing the game. Not necessarily to win stuff, not necessarily to add to your collection or whatever, but you just enjoy playing the claw machines and showing your skill and testing your skill. And I think for that reason, you may enjoy playing virtual claw games. The best part is that they don't cost anything. Well, they may cost something if you don't have something to play them on, but I found some claw machine games that were made for tablets and smartphones. Now, if you're thinking tablets and smartphones are very expensive, that is true, but there are some definitely very affordable options. For example, a couple months ago, I found this tablet at Walmart. This is a 7-inch tablet running Android 4.1. Pretty sure it's either ice cream sandwich. Yeah, it is 4.1. It's Jelly Bean, I believe. I think it is. Anyway. It's a very nice tablet, and there are plenty of claw machine games. Well, I shouldn't say plenty, but there's definitely quite a few. And a lot of them are very realistic and very fun to play. So, if you already have a smartphone, whether it's an iPhone, an iPad, or if you have an Android phone or a tablet, you can download a bunch of games and play. Or if you don't have one, you can buy one of these tablets for less than $100. Well, you can ask for a new tablet for Christmas or whatever. They're definitely, I think they're definitely within reasonably priced because when you play claw machines, you end up spending quite a bit over the course of the year. So this is a one-time investment for however long the tablets or your phone decides to last, and they're fun game. They're definitely fun games. And you don't have to go anywhere. You can just play whenever you want. So, assuming you've done your homework and all that chores and all that fun stuff. So, what I'd like to do in this episode is demonstrate this tablet that I got and a few games. So let's check them out. Before we get to the tablet, I wanted to demonstrate one game that I have on my smartphone. It's the only one that actually cost me money, and this one was 99 cents. I thought it was kind of interesting, so I decided to purchase that. It's called Claw Mega, and let's fire this up. Bad fuzzy. Alright. So this game has a pretty attractive layout. So you can move around by swiping, and you can get a side view from both sides of the cabinet. To move, you simply slide your finger up and down, left and right, and that moves the claw. What I like about this game is that it doesn't require you to deposit any coins or anything. It's just simply straight play. You accumulate points by winning prizes, and once you reach a certain number of points, you have options. You can go click the shop button, and you have options to upgrade the claw. There's what's called a claw guide, which is basically a flashing circle that tells you where the claw is, so you can aim a little better. There's an option to get a heavier claw so it doesn't sway as much. Also increase the strength and change the background of the game. So let's go back for a second, and I just want to
play a couple times and so you can see how this game works. Let's see if we can grab something. Slipped out. The physics of this game are extremely realistic, and that's part of the reason I enjoy it. It's very, very accurate as far as how it grabs, how it holds, and how it drops the prizes. I have a pretty strong claw here, so I was able to grab a hammer. There are some items that are much harder to get, like the soap. There's also an anvil that's very heavy, and it also has some fun things, like there's a frog head that is very slippery. There's a watermelon that actually cracks into 3 pieces when you try to grab it, and then you have to grab the individual pieces. So it is definitely a fun game. So if you feel like I think it's 99 cents, so if you feel like spending money, you can definitely try this one out. I think I just want a sandwich, or it looks like a sub. Alright, let's get out of this. The rest of the games were free, so let's take a look at the tablet that I mentioned earlier. Alright, so here's the tablet that I was referring to. I bought it for $79 at Walmart, and that price is current as of October 2013. The tablet is made by Hisense. I realize that it's a no-name brand, but for the price, I think it's an excellent deal. It has an HDMI output, so you can connect it to your television or a high-resolution LCD display. It has a 1.6 GHz dual-core processor, so the games work very well. And the resolution is 1024 by 600, so it's a pretty decent little tablet. So let's fire this up, and you can see that everything is pretty fluid, and the games work very nicely. So the processor is plenty powerful for the purpose. It has 4 gigs of internal memory, and there is a micro SD slot for an additional 32 gigs of memory. There's also a mini USB charging port, an HDMI connector, and a 3.5mm headphone jack as well. This connects via Wi-Fi, and you have access to the Google Play Store with all the apps that are out there. And this is running Android 4.1. I've been very happy with this tablet. I actually bought it for my daughter, but I'm very impressed, and I downloaded a bunch of Claw games, and she enjoys it as well, and she's only 2.5. So let's take a look at some of the games that I have installed here for her. Alright, so here I have some sample games loaded on the Android tablet. Unfortunately, I don't have an iPhone to demonstrate some of the Claw Machine apps that are made for the iOS, but this will give you a good idea of what these games are like, in case you wanted to check them out yourself. One of my favorite ones is called Sushis Catcher 3D, so this is the one that I'd like to start with. It's a Japanese game, and all the prizes in it are sushi characters. It's a nice game because it's first of all, it's free, and it allows you to earn points and upgrade your machine. You can upgrade the claw, the joystick, and the cabinet, as well as replace the background, which is just to spice things up a little bit. So this gives you an overview of points, some of the points that people have earned playing around the globe. So let's get started and see how the game looks. There are several locks that are displayed initially on the screen that tells you what kind of options you don't have access to yet. The ones that showed up were the side views to check your angles. the game will allow you to swipe and view the game from the side once you earn more points. And I'll show you the menu where you can upgrade those things. So you just use a claw like this, move the joystick to where you need to go and press the drop, and it grabs and it misses. Now this is the initial claw that I had just loaded this game, so that I don't really have any points set up on this. I typically play on my phone, but since I wanted to demonstrate the tablet for you, I'm playing on here. The claw is definitely strong enough to pick up most if not all of the items. It's just the more points you have, the more options are available to you as far as the claw's strength, the size, and everything. So, but generally it is fairly easy to play. But you do want to have some of the upgrades, because the whole point is that you need to earn, move as fast as you can and earn as many points as win as many things as you can, as many items in a row, because you get extra points for winning either multiple items in one play, or as many items in a row without dropping. Definitely a neat game, and I like playing it just because it keeps the interest. And there's a timer that runs out. And let's go back to the main menu, and I'll show you where the upgrade screen is. The shop button right there. You go in, and there are 4 categories you can choose from. The claws, you can select different claws. There's a grab power, size, and stability, and each option has different ratings for that, for the claw's strength, size, and stability. But you have to earn points and get to certain levels to be able to upgrade. There's also joystick, also the same thing. Joysticks have speed, rotation, and auto stop. I haven't gotten quite that far, so I'm not really sure what that does, but those are the options here. And you wanna, by default, you only have the front view, but once you get some points, you'll be able to swipe to rotate both sideways and up and down. So there's definitely quite a few options. At the bottom there's a wide view and panoramic as well. I haven't seen those yet, so I'll still have to play. And last but not least, there are some backgrounds that you can change just for variety purposes. So let's get out of that. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites, I think, so far. Just because, and you saw how realistic it is. It's as far as the physics are concerned, it's about as real as possible as it's going to get, as close to an actual claw game. Clawmaster is by the same people, except if you want to play an up and across machine, and this is identical to my Lucky Crane. You're looking down at the prizes. This is an old-fashioned cabinet. You have one forward, one sideways, and then you drop, and you have to keep holding the button with the sidebar going up. That's the strength. Once it reaches to the red level, then you can let go, and the claw goes back up and returns home. Obviously, I missed it this time. The hourglass in both games gives you extra time, since it is a timed game. See, I keep missing. This game has various animals and a couple other things in there, so I think I should be able to get this one. Yeah, we got the monkey. Yeah, the purpose of the I dropped them. The purpose of the strength bar is if you're running out of time, you may not want to hold it down as long if you think that you'll be able to grab the prize just like that. See, I didn't go all the way up, but I still won a prize. That just saves a little time. Earn some points, and unfortunately there's not as much in terms of upgrades in this game, so it's not quite as interesting, but I definitely like the Sushis game a lot more. Next on the list is Limp Zoo and Claw Crane Cats. Those are 2 identical games. These are the UFO catcher style games. If you like those, it's basically These are pretty simple, also free. These are pretty simple games. This one has a challenge mode and there's a practice mode. Practice is a little bit easier because you don't have to um, reach certain levels or whatever. This is just to play, so you don't have to have any coins. You just play for practice purposes. This one and the previous game, the 3D the Sushis Catcher, that's how it works. You just basically swipe sideways and you can move it around. And once you stop, then you have to pretty much turn it sideways and then go this way and hopefully grab something, and you can actually zoom in to be able to see your prize a little better. You can see, grab the teddy bear by the ear. I mean, that's a nice grab. Zoom out a little bit. Let's see. Well, I can probably get this guy here. Like this. There we go. I don't think I went far enough, but I should be able to grab him still. There you go. What I like about this game is that, see what happened? He got stuck. The bear got stuck in the claw by the ear, or I don't know. I mean, this doesn't usually happen in most games that I've played, except in this game. I mean, you can see he's kind of just dangling in there. I mean, that level of realism is I really like that. It's pretty awesome that it's so realistic that even prizes can get stuck in the claw like they do in real games. That's pretty cool. I think you have to deposit a coin for it to reset, and even that didn't drop. He's stuck by the ear. I have to start moving, maybe. See if, oh, there we go. He dropped. I'm glad I got this on camera, because that's pretty neat. So this game, physics-wise, also extremely realistic, as you can see. There's not much in terms of upgrades. It's a pretty simple game. You can press this button here to reset the prizes. This time it dropped some pretty large teddy bears that might be a little harder to get. But this game also has some other prizes in there. I can switch back to the challenge mode if I can figure out how to. There's options for the speed. You can adjust the speed for the camera, for the game, and volume, and things of that nature. Let's quit that and go to the next one, which is pretty much the same, except it's with cats. There are cats in this game. Prizes are all kitty cats, but as far as the game itself is pretty much the same. I'm just going to use a practice mode, and most of these have a little advertisement there, either at the bottom or at the top, but they're not. None of them are really intrusive. Definitely not a problem. This machine actually has two sides. The left side is for the challenge games. For it gives you certain tasks. How many certain things to win, or how many points to achieve, or whatever. The stuff on the right side is just for practice. So we're using that to make things simple. I'm going to try to get the cat that's all the way in the back here, and nice to have that view. I'm going to switch back and zoom in on that. I don't know if you can see the cat there. And we got the kitty cat. Hopefully that one won't get stuck. Nope. Alright, we got the kitty cat. So yeah, so that's another option. Let's back out of this game. Quit this app. And then we have 3D Fun Catcher, which is a little less realistic, but just for as an alternative, something that you might consider as well. Let's see. Let's start. This one I don't like quite as much because it's not as realistic. The claw in this game is a little odd looking. You get limited. You got about 20 coins to start. Um, let's see if I can grab this. Grab the bird. It fell out. Again, that sort of realism I like. I certainly appreciate when things happen similar to how they happen in real games, in real claw machines. So that's definitely a big plus. Let's see if I can grab this camera. I'm gonna move back a little bit. Try to grab the. Automatically zooms in. Yep, got the camera. Oh, and dropped it because the claw doesn't close all the way. See, again, pretty realistic, but so it's definitely a fun game to play. But I just the graphics aren't quite. The design isn't quite as good as the Sushis game that I showed you earlier. Also, there's a limited number of coins. You have to once you run out, you have to wait for the coins to regenerate or come back later to play. It's a little a bit of a nuisance. So let's get out of this one. Fun Catch is pretty much the same, I think. Except it has a bunch of ads, so I don't really know if that's something I would recommend, but just want to show you anyway. It's a very similar layout, similar claw. You deposit a coin, just the different prizes in here. The claw behaves a little differently, but overall, I think it was the same design. As you can see, I'm not sure what happened here. Just yeah, I don't know what happened. This kind of glitched a little bit, but I'm gonna get out of this one because I don't really care for it very much. Quit, lots of ads, so for that purpose, let's not play with that too much. The only other, the claw is a really more of a simple game. Its graphics are very, very plain. Let's see. You insert a coin, move the claw. It's kind of hard to see. And tap on the prize, except I kind of missed it. The claw is very plain looking, so that gives you an idea there. Let's get out of this. Last one I want to show you is Prize Claw. It's a fancier game. I don't like it as much because the physics are very odd. There are some ads here as well, but not quite as bad as the previous game I showed you. It's very colorful. Lots of fun prizes. Gives you options for upgrades and stuff like that. But it's not very realistic because it advertises that it grabs everything. The items just kind of magically show up in the claw, whether you grab them or not. It's a fun little game, but as far as the realism is concerned, it's definitely not anywhere close to on the few previous games that I demonstrated. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, these are very fun games to play, and definitely check them out if you have an Android or if you have an iPhone already. If you don't, this is an excellent little tablet to purchase, because as you can see, the games work very well. So that's all I have for the virtual claw games.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in comments or email, whatever way you want to get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Like I said, these tablets are very affordable, and the games are very fun. So hopefully you'll be able to try them out and see for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.